The DJI Osmo 360 Mark II is official. Well, for now it's officially available in China and Hong Kong. A broader international rollout is expected except for maybe US, but DJI hasn't confirmed availability in every market yet. And the Mark II brings quite a few upgrades, especially when it comes to video and photography. Let's start with photos. The Osmo 360 Mark II now supports RAW photos, giving you much more flexibility when editing your images in post. However, the maximum panoramic photo resolution remains at 120 megapixels, so DJI hasn't increased the headline resolution. What it has added is 120 megapixel HDR 360-degree photography. DJI claims up to 14.5 stops of dynamic range compared with 13.5 stops on the original. But there is an important distinction here. That 14.5 stop figure refers to the camera's maximum measured dynamic range under DJI's testing conditions, while D-Log-M remains rated at 13.5 stops. The Mark II also gets a significant increase in maximum video bitrate. The original tops out at around 170 megabits per second, while the Mark II reaches 220 megabits per second. That's roughly a 29% increase in the amount of data available for recording video, which should give you more information to work with, particularly in scenes with a lot of detail or movement. Time-lapse gets a huge resolution bump too. The 2 also introduces 16K 360-degree time-lapse. But don't confuse that with 16K 360 video. Normal 360-degree video still tops out at 8K. The 16K mode is specifically for time lapses, where the camera captures high-resolution panoramic frames over time, which can then be exported using DJI Studio, and those 16K time-lapse files can reach a maximum bitrate of 600 megabits per second. But probably the most obvious video upgrade is the jump from 8K at 50 frames per second to native 8K at 60 frames per second for 360-degree footage. Interestingly, not every video mode gets a resolution increase. In single lens mode, the Mark II is listed at 4K 60 frames per second, compared with 5K 60 frames per second on the original. So that's actually a reduction in maximum resolution for that particular mode, but panorama mode gets a serious slow motion upgrade. The Mark II can record 4K at 240 frames per second, compared with 4K at 100 frames per second on the original. That's a pretty substantial slow motion capability for a 360 camera. And before I forget, DJI has also changed the audio setup. One of the 4 microphones on the Mark II now has a wind-proof design, so DJI hasn't simply carried over the audio system unchanged. Connectivity and mounting have received some smaller but useful upgrades too. The Mark II adds NFC Quick Connect, allowing you to connect to DJI Mimo more conveniently with a tap. DJI is also introducing its Osmo Dual Direction Quick Release system, giving you more flexibility when attaching the camera to accessories. And unlike the original, the Mark II has replaceable lenses. These aren't necessarily image quality upgrades, but they're the kind of practical changes that can make the camera easier to live with, especially if you're using it regularly outdoors. The battery has also grown from 1950 mAh on the original to 2150 mAh on the Mark II. That's about a 10% increase in capacity. Interestingly though, DJI still rates the Mark II at up to 100 minutes of continuous 8K 30 frames per second recording under its controlled testing conditions, so the bigger battery hasn't translated into a higher advertised runtime in that particular test. The Mark II also introduces Panorama Spotlight Follow, a new subject following feature designed specifically for 360-degree footage. Since you can choose your framing after recording, this gives the camera another way to automatically keep your subject centered when you turn that 360-degree footage into conventional video. And despite all these changes, DJI is keeping several of the original Osmo 360's key strengths. You still get the square 1/1.1 inch class sensor design, 2.4 micron pixels, f1.9 lenses, 120 megapixel panoramic photos, 10-bit video, D-Log-M, Wi-Fi 6, and 105 gigabytes of usable internal storage. That square sensor design was already pretty unusual when DJI introduced the original. DJI said it increased sensor utilization by 25% compared with a conventional 4:3 sensor, so clearly the company didn't see a reason to abandon that architecture for the second generation. Overall, the Osmo 360 Mark II isn't a complete redesign. Instead, DJI has taken the original camera's core hardware and added faster 8K recording, a much higher bitrate, RAW photography, HDR 360 photos, 16K time lapses, 4K 240 frames per second, slow motion, replaceable lenses, NFC, a new mounting system, and some useful tracking and audio improvements. Now the big question is how much DJI is going to charge for it internationally, and when the rest of the world actually gets it. In China, the Osmo 360 Mark II starts at 3,299 yuan, roughly $490 US. Peace.